Hey everybody, this is Quasix back again. I'm going to be playing as my Smurf this week, and you're going to see the name is Dark Dave's Tater. This week, like I said, we're going to be talking about the top lane. Now generally, you have a few different builds for top lane. You either have AD, Bruiser, AP, kind of like just like a normal mage, or you have an anti-top laner. And I'll talk more about each individual type of top laner. And I just want to remind everybody that this is in the current meta, so if you're going to be playing outside of the meta or trying out some cool stuff, then it's going to be a little different. So this is Nasus, and Nasus is an atypical top laner. He's got a lot of health, he does a moderate amount of damage, and you'll see in team fights he's really more about peeling and about sustaining, just being a presence in the team fight. This next champion is Kayle, and she's not actually 100% AP, but the way I'm going to build her is going to be AP and attack speed. So the advantage that AP have in the top lane is it's easier to farm with an AP champion because they inherently have more range than an AD bruiser, who's generally a melee attacker. Now Kayle's also a melee attacker, but she has a spell Righteous Fury that allows all of her attacks to become ranged attacks, which is why I'm taking her top lane. Even though she's a hybrid, I'm still going to count this one as AP. The last type of champion is an anti-top, kind of like a Teemo or a Heimerdinger, anybody who is somebody who is completely built towards locking down an enemy top laner who's a bruiser or an AP champion. I don't have any of these champions because I don't like to play like that. I like to allow everyone to build to their full potential and then duke it out when it gets out to the end. So this is why I'm not actually highlighting a Teemo or a Heimerdinger. So as a top laner, regardless of what type of top laner you're playing, your main goal is to win trades and to CS as well as you can. Good CS early game will help your team later on. Top laner is especially important because you're not really going to get all that many ganks. I mean, I'll be honest. Your jungler is pretty much just going to ignore you the whole game. Try to get as much CS as you can. You're at least able to sustain yourself. And every time you see that Garen comes up to try to hit one of my minions, I'm also trading with him. So it's really important to try to win as many of those trades as you can. Just whittle him down, make him back, make him make a stupid play. Remember when I said that I really love to be in a duo top situation? Well, it just so happened this game that I was in a duo top. It's Miss Fortune and Rammus. This is me. You can see I'm already a little bit under health. I was helping with a red leash for Warwick, and he wanted me to take a little bit more damage so that he could gank easy earlier. You see I'm already pushed back under my turret, which is ideal when you're in duo top situation, because it allows you to easily farm under turret, under the safety that it grants you. And actually, because I'm so close to my turret, I'm able to secure this kill. And without Rammus, this Miss Fortune immediately starts to run. And because I get her down to such low health, she actually backs, and I win this lane very, very early on in the game. And from here, I just keep building, and I end up at some point being 5 levels above that Miss Fortune. So it just goes to show that duo top is really an ineffective strategy. Remember to always keep yourself protected. As blue, you're always going to want the tri-bush warded, and as you're pushing with purple, you're going to want to keep it warded, protect from ganks. With tri-bush, again, blue, you're going to want to ward it when you're pushed forward, and purple should always have it warded. Warding will save your life, so don't be stingy. So something unique to almost all top lane champions is their ability to split push. They have more health, they can clear lanes faster, so they don't really have to worry about the ganks that will come from split pushing. So in this game, I'm taking Kayle and I take this bottom turret, and eventually we'll take all the bottom turret except for right here I die. It's pretty close though, right? The last segment is going to be how to team fight with a top lane champion. Now every top lane champion is going to be a little bit different. Kayle, for instance, is a ranged attacker, so she's going to be putting off sustained damage, but she's also got an invulse, so she can go out in front and take the brunt of the skill shots. Now we're able to just do a ton of damage to these three, force them to back, kill this Annie, And then this Volibear, he's going to get left behind, and I'm going to go ahead and engage on him. As a top laner, you're really going to want to have to be the ballsiest player on your team. Always be the one who's going in for the engage. So with Nasus, we find that his team fight is very different. I didn't actually get into a team fight with this game, but he's got a lot of health, and he has a lot of CCs. He's got a really strong CC. So it's less about doing tons of damage output, it's about being really scary. And look at him. He is scary. He is a scary dude. He's got tons of health. He's not going to take that much damage, but hopefully if he's out in front, most of the enemies will attack him just because of how scary he is. He's good at peeling champs off of your ADC with his Wither. Really, every champion has their own playstyle, and it'd be impossible to cover all of them in this limited of a guide. I suggest is you pick a champion you like to play and you try new things. Try on top lane, see what works. As for anti-top lane champions, their team fight isn't necessarily as good because they're more like a one-man army. So like Heimerdinger, I guess his team fight is really good only because he is a one-man army. He could take on a whole team by himself. But you have Teemos who lack in the team fighting ability because they really excel in locking down one enemy. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. If you liked, please like it, and as always, I really need the subscription, so please subscribe, it'll help me out. And actually, I wanted to pose a question here. Since I got this new mic, I've realized that the contrast of sound quality is so great. I want to pose a question. Should I re-record all of my previous videos with this new mic? Go ahead and put that down in the comments. Next week we're going to be going over mid laners, and guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to get Azir, so I'll be playing a little bit of Azir mid for next week's video. Please check out the big plays, which are making a comeback this week. As always, hope you had fun. I had fun. Catch you next time.